Hi LEGO fans! Since Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2012 for a cool $4.05 billion, we've been introduced to a number of new characters which have inspired cool LEGO merchandise. 2017 spawned a buildable BB-8 from The Force Awakens, and in 2018 this adorable Porg from The Last Jedi was added to the brick-built Star Wars menagerie. I'm so sorry to announce that we have a new character for the lineup. A cone-faced hairdryer with a squeaky wheel whose name is literally Homer Simpson's catchphrase. Today I'm going to be unboxing, speed building, and reviewing set number 75278, D-O from LEGO Star Wars. Okay, so his actual name is D-O and he first appeared in Star Wars Episode 9 The Rise of Skywalker in 2019. As a bonus fact, D-O was actually voiced by director J.J. Abrams. This 519-piece set is aimed at builders aged 10 plus and includes a tiny D-O figure. It retails for $70 US, 70 euros, 65 Great British pounds or 98 galactic credits. The box art is particularly eye-catching and shows D-O set against the planet of Kef Bir, which is one of the moons orbiting Endor. Kef Bir is covered by grassy plains and large oceans and is where you'll find the wreckage of the second Death Star. Over on the back of the box it's pretty much more of the same. In keeping with other buildable Star Wars figures, we do have a UCS style display plaque. This is by no means an Ultimate Collector Series model, although there is another one of those just around the corner. Also on the back of the box we get to see D-O's dimensions. He stands a not too impressive 27 cm or 10.5 inches tall. The only action feature called out on the back of the box is a posable head. Just like BB-8, D-O gets around by rolling. I'm not sure whether the squeaky wheel is functional, but we certainly have a display stand which helps to keep D-O standing upright. Despite being a quirky little chap, I actually really enjoyed watching D-O in The Rise of Skywalker. In fact, I can't wait to start building, so let's open up this box and see what we've got inside. Here's everything that came inside the box. We've got 4 numbered bags of LEGO, one 68-page instruction booklet, a shiny plastic bag full of hoses, and the inevitable but thankfully small sticker sheet. I'm going to go ahead and build set number 75278, D-O from LEGO Star Wars, and today this is going to be a 60-second speed build! And here is the completed 75278 D-O companion droid from LEGO Star Wars. Build time today was just 50 minutes, and while I'm not in any way disappointed with the end result, you sure don't get a lot for your money. Later in the video we'll be comparing D-O to the Porg, BB-8, and also the Ultimate Collector Series R2-D2. The Porg was $70 and with 811 parts, that gives it a price to part ratio of 8.6 cents. BB-8 was more expensive at $100 but came with 1,106 pieces. That gives BB-8 a price to part ratio of 9 cents. With a retail price of $70 for 519 pieces, D-O blows the bank with a 13.5 cents price to part ratio. No thank you. Like the other models, D-O also has his own decorative fact plaque. The plaque is a stickered part and includes some useless facts. D-O is a custom droid created by an unnamed droidsmith. He's affiliated to the Resistance, who also happened to reactivate and repair him, and his primary associate is BB-8. BB-8 was the droid who recharged D-O's battery and reactivated him. D-O and his character traits are actually based on a baby duckling. I guess that's why D-O imprinted upon BB-8. He was designed as a companion droid and stands 0.3 meters tall. For my American viewers, that's about 12 inches. This actually conflicts with my other research, which showed that D-O is about 0.46 meters tall. That's about 69% of the height of BB-8. We'll check that ratio out later in the video. These LEGO fact plaques are notoriously inaccurate, so I would definitely take this information with a grain of salt. Also included with this set, we do get a D-O figure. This is one complete assembly and doesn't come apart. As you can see, he's absolutely tiny. Comparing to the Nano figure on the right and Baby Groot on the left, the D-O figure is barely a head taller. For such a tiny thing, there is some really nice printing, especially on the head. Even the printing on the side is super crisp for such a small figure. Moving on to the main build, D-O is a great looking droid and even has a couple of party tricks. He stands between 10.5 and 11 inches tall depending on how you angle the antennas. The footprint is also relatively small, so you don't need a lot of space to display D-O. He stands on a small patch of scrub which is designed to resemble the grasslands of Kef Bir. That's a planet from the front of the box. It's an elegant and minimalist stand and it's actually quite sturdy. D-O isn't going to fall over very easily. Slightly disappointing is the fact that D-O is attached very firmly to that base. You can't pick this guy up and roll him around, he is very much a display piece. D-O's wheel is made up of 26 segments which wrap around the outside of his body. If you have any kind of OCD, the gaps between the segments can be really annoying. The two at the top are attached together, as are the three at the bottom. One useful tip is to use the brick separator. You can use this to prise the segments apart and hopefully equal up that distancing. It's really tricky to get right, but when you do, it actually looks pretty good. Just like the real D-O, the body is attached only to one side of the wheel. On the opposite side to where the wheel is attached, we have some greebling for texture. Several of these 1x2 grate elements in white and tan, and a couple of jumper plates set against a dark green background. You'll find the same details on the other side, but we've also got some mechanical elements. The point where the wheel attaches to the body is also a point of articulation. This activates a piston and changes the angle of D-O's head. It's likely this is a hydraulic system as we have some flexible tubing. As D-O moves, the tubing flexes with him. Further up near the head you'll find yet another point of articulation. Hey D-O, would you like to come and fight the Empire? No, thank you. With some practice you can use both controls together and act as D-O's puppet master. You could even have him dance along to music. As D-O's head is hollow and not very heavy, there's just a single connection point back here on the neck. If I lift up the front of the head you can see this is the only point of attachment. There is some textured detail on the back of the head, and given the $70 price tag I should hope so. Thankfully we only have one sticker in this set and that was on the fact plaque. The decoration you see on D-O's head comes from printed elements. This dark green printed tile looks like a custom print for D-O, and I'm pretty sure the same applies to the optical array. The head is formed from two hollow half cone elements, and a dark green cone at the front holding everything together. Also at the back, keeping everything tightly clamped, we have these two tan 1x2 pieces. D-O is a super build and I really like this little chap. My main concern is the price point, especially with that 13.5 cents cost per part ratio. If you really like Star Wars droids and you can live with the price tag, then this is a good build. But how does D-O stack up when we compare him to other similar models? Let's take a look! Before we reunite best buddies D-O and BB-8, let's get a recap of their comparative dimensions. BB-8 is reported to be 0.67 meters tall. D-O on the other hand, according to the fact plaque, is 0.3 meters. So are these models to scale? That would be a no. In fact, D-O is actually taller than BB-8. They do however have the same ability to rock out to music. The Porg has the same price tag but many more pieces. Our avian friend on the right has 811 compared to only 519 for D-O. These guys both have the same price tag, but the Porg does come with considerably more fine detail. Like BB-8 and D-O, the Porg can also rock out to a beat. Despite the differences in scale, BB-8 and D-O look great together. I'm definitely going to display them together, but I know somebody who would like to keep them company. This is set number 10225, the Ultimate Collector Series R2-D2. Needless to say, D-O and BB-8 will be new shelf buddies with R2-D2. Let's check out all of these sets together. So here is the buildable droid gang all reunited, and I even let the Porg join in so he didn't feel left out. I really do like these Star Wars buildable characters, and I will certainly continue to collect them. Speaking of Star Wars collectibles, LEGO just released these 3 helmets with an 18+ age recommendation. These are coming up in a future video, and I think a 3-way speed build could be in order. So that was set number 75278, D-O from LEGO Star Wars. I really do like this little guy, and I think the designers have done a great job of recreating D-O from the movie. D-O has relatively few exposed studs, and it really does give him a very streamlined, sleek, droid-like appearance. I like the additional touches, including the head that can move forwards and backwards, and pivot from side to side. The printed parts are a bonus feature, and whilst those segments on the wheel may be a pain in the ass to line up, when you get it right it looks really good. The only 2 things that bother me about this set are firstly the price. I think $70 is a bit steep, and that recommended age range of 10+. I think the average 10-year-old might be a little bit disappointed. But as we all know, LEGO is made for adults and is definitely not designed for kids. As an adult collector, barring the price, I'm pretty happy with this. Speaking of happiness, I really hope you enjoyed this LEGO Star Wars unboxing, speed build and review video. If you did, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome LEGO content. Thanks a million for checking out today's review, stay safe, and may the Force be with you!